Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. Let's breathe. Whoa. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Charged up. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. Sending you all tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. The cat down the road said you received it. Deep divers. Someone asked me to talk about the Mencho story. Okay, Mexico's most wanted drug lord, Mencho, was killed. And Mexico's kind of crazy right now. A lot of cars being set alight, airports going crazy. But deep divers, I'm also a criminologist. We're going to talk about cartels. We're going to talk about what this means. Mencho being taken out. Things they're not telling you. Look, the information I'm going to share with you is not only going to blow your mind, it's going to empower you to become your greatest version at the same time. I want all of you right now to hit the like button if you support the real. Hit the like button if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. And shout out to everyone who's got the #1 best-selling book on Amazon, Feel Alive. Guess what, deep divers? The brand new book is out. Feel Alive 2. Unlock your infinite power. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version is now out on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below and join the brand new Patreon page, Deep Divers. Over 300 videos. Videos every single week. Designed to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/ralphsmart. Click the link down below and also join the YouTube membership. Click join down below for exclusive content. And of course, go and get all new limited edition design shirts, the good ass prana shirts. ralphsmart.com/clothes. Click the link down below. So deep divers, protect your energy right now, because a lot is happening in the world. And if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. You are being protected by the universe every single second. If you're ready for that, to affirm that, just say thank you. Thank you. Who said that, deep divers? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So Mexico's most wanted drug lord, Mencho, has been killed. And I know people in Mexico. And Mexico's massive, but in certain places, certain cartel members have retaliated, burning hotels, supermarkets, chaos in the airport, damaging planes. So there was a $15 million reward for Mencho, and they got him, right? Let me play you the news report, then I'm really going to tell you things they're not telling you. Deep divers, let's go.
Hello, welcome. I'm Nomia Iqbal. In Mexico, the army has confirmed the death of one of the country's most feared drug lords, known as Mencho, caught and killed in a dawn raid. He was killed in an operation in the town of Talpapa. The US had previously issued a $15 million reward for the capture of the co-founder and leader of the Jalisco New Generation drugs cartel. It's feared for its use of extreme violence. Violence broke out in the country as a result of his killing. Suspected members of the cartel began burning dozens of cars and trucks in the state and a neighboring state as the army moved in, possibly to try to delay the operation. Our Latin America correspondent Will Grant joins us now from Mexico. Good to have you with us, Will. First of all, for people who might not know anything about Mencho, who was he?
He was crucial, Nami. I mean, we often talk in Mexico about kingpins and drug lords and so on. This was one of the very, very biggest. In this particular moment in time, the most wanted man in Mexico, by some distance, I would say. The feared leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, which is a vast criminal organization which traffics tons and tons of methamphetamine, cocaine and fentanyl into the United States, responsible for scores of murders a year. And, you know, one of those who really underpins the criminal underworld in this nation. of course, it's a major victory on some level for the authorities here, for the military who killed him in a raid, injured him initially, and then he died en route to Mexico City. But of course, we're seeing the unfolding violence that goes with that, as his organization is extremely powerful and very, very well armed.
Now, National Guard have been deployed outside the Attorney's office after that killing. We just showing some live pictures there in Mexico City of the National Guard outside the office. And Will, just give us a sense of what happens when leaders are taken out, this sort of kingpin strategy. You know, does it work? Is it something that, what happens as a result of it?
It can have an impact. I mean, somebody like El Mencho, these organizations can be quite top heavy in the sense that an individual leader can be an important, more than just a cog in a bigger machine. They are leaders for that very reason. They lead troops, they lead men, and they bring strategy to the table. That said, where one leader falls, another is invariably ready to take his place or her place. There are important women in drug trafficking too, but it is key that when one falls, there's generally people beneath him to replace him. We'll see what happens in this particular instance. It is interesting, this degree of violence and how quickly it's unfolded, and a real challenge for law enforcement in cities across Mexico. And let's just mention some of those cities. They include Guadalajara, the state capital, important cultural center in Mexico. They include, and going to be a host city of the FIFA World Cup this summer. They include Puerto Vallarta, a very, very important tourist hotspot in the country where potentially thousands of tourists currently hold up. So, this is a major moment in sort of drug war history in Mexico.
And Will, I think we're still trying to work out, you might actually know more than I do, if the US were involved in any capacity in this operation, but nonetheless, I imagine that this will be seen as a victory by President Trump, the death of...
Let me just stop it there. I just wanted to give you some context. So this is big. El Mencho, one of the most wanted drug kingpins in Mexico, right, has been killed. A lot of unrest in Mexico right now. They were supposed to have the World Cup. That's still under question. So what do I think about this? First and foremost, just like that guy said, there is going to be another El Mencho. He's going to be replaced. It doesn't stop the problem. The US took him out, but there are going to be more El Menchos. It's not going to stop the drug trade, the trafficking, and all of these things. Someone actually said that if you want to stop that, you also have to stop the drug consumption problem in the US, right? There's a huge drug consumption problem in the US. That's also an issue. Also, you have to realize that it's the citizens of Mexico who are going to suffer. Already people are scared to leave their house. There are curfews, right? Schools have been closed because retaliation is guaranteed, not even now, but it could be in a year's time, 2 years' time, because the cartel in Mexico are really, some might say, as powerful as the government. And there was a news report today talking about violence. Now over 62 people have been killed. Take a listen to this.
Authorities in Mexico say at least 62 people have been killed following a wave of violence that broke out after the killing of the country's most wanted man. El Mencho, the leader of the new Jalisco New Generation cartel, died after being captured by Mexican special forces on Sunday. Thousands of troops have now been deployed to help bolster security across the country following a wave of reprisal attacks.
So a wave of reprisal attacks, that's what happens. Now, deep divers, I told you about this whole shift that's happening right now. There's a lot of chaos. This is a time to protect your energy. This is a time to realize you got people fighting amongst each other. For what? Because humanity is still in the matrix, under the deep spell, the deep illusion. And it's crazy because this El Mencho situation, I was diving deep and really found that where did the weapons come from? Where did the weapons come from? Where did they get the weapons? And if you listen to the Secretary General, he talks about how 80% of the weapons that the cartel use actually come from the US. Oh, wait, take a listen to this.
More than 23,000 illegal weapons have been seized so far during this current administration. Of those 23,000 weapons, approximately 80% are of North American origin. As has already been mentioned here, when speaking about the general strategy, more than 23,000 illegal weapons have been seized so far during this current administration. Of those 23,000 weapons, approximately 80% are of North American origin.
Let me stop it right there. So 80% of the weapons the cartel use are from the US. So I always say that the world is run by powerful networks, right? Or the world is run by cartels, right? So you have these cartels, but then you have a cartel above that, right? It goes up the pyramid. And you have to remind yourself that protect your energy right now. You see, El Mencho, Pablo Escobar, Narcos, right? Narcos, Netflix series. Escobar, powerful drug lord in Colombia. Here you have Scarface, the Godfather. So even in culture in the US, Western culture, we idolize kingpins. We idolize the mob. We idolize organized crime. We idolize it. So now they become martyrs, right? So like I told you, deep divers, protect your energy right now. I'm sending good energy to everyone in Mexico. But always remind yourself, there's always more to the story. And the people who you think have the power, there's someone above that. I'm going to leave it there. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You deep divers, hit the like button if you support The Real. Share the video. Hit the like button if you support The Real. Share the video. Leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. Let me know how you are protecting your energy, how you found this story, what you think of it. One love, deep divers. Peace.